Hi! The purpose of this tutorial is to provide an overview for Environmental Product Declaration program operators looking to access and manage EPDs and PCRs that have been certified under their program in the Embodied Carbon and Construction Calculator, or EC3 tool. There are other tutorials you can access on the Building Transparency website that cover other aspects of the tool, such as creating an account, managing your user and organizational profile, finding and comparing materials, and using the building planner. You can also access the EC3 user guide at the Building Transparency website or the link below this video. So let's begin. Once you've logged into EC3, you can find the Manage Data section of the tool over here in the left-hand navigation. Under Manage Data, you'll find sections for product EPDs, industry EPDs, PCRs, My EPDs, baselines, and standards. Under the product EPD data, you can view a list of all published and publicly available manufacturer product EPDs that are currently available in EC3. If you want to view your program's EPDs, you can access it one of two ways. The first is to filter based on program operator, where you can see here, if I type in NSF, all verified EPDs under NSF's program appear. EPDs can also be filtered based on category, manufacturer, plant or plant group, product name, program operator, plant location, and declared unit, and there are links for each listing to open the digital version of the EPD here. The other way to access your EPDs is to click on My EPDs under the Manage Data section. Here you'll be able to see EPDs in EC3 for which you have user permissions. Just to recap, your program operator administrator grants permissions to users to give read, write, or manage access. You'll at least need write or manage access to see the EPDs here. Now, once you're in My EPDs, you'll see several tabs across the top, including Editable, Draft, and Declared. The Editable tab view contains all EPDs that you can edit, which is any published or draft EPD under your program. The Draft tab contains all EPDs that you can see and edit in draft state that are not published. And the Program Operated tab view contains all EPDs published under your program. Third-party verifiers under your program can see a list of EPDs they've verified under the Third-Party Verified tab, as well as all published EPDs that they have confirmed digitally. Within each view, you can filter your EPDs based on category, manufacturer, plant or plant group, product name, and declared unit. Something very important to note is that most of the EPDs in EC3 originated as PDFs that were machine-read by algorithms to convert them into digital information. EC3 has a quality assurance process when importing EPDs that results in a sanitizer message for each EPD field and for the entire EPD. These sanitizer messages are only visible to a curator, user, or hire, manufacturer representative with managed permission, or program operator representative with managed permission. EC3 uses sanitizer messages of F for fail, E for error, EX for expired, and W for warning. For more details around EC3's QA process, you can check out the EC3 user guide that's accessible on the Building Transparency website. Now, if no issues are identified by EC3 during the import process, EPDs are labeled as OK and are good to go. It's important to note that EPDs flagged as either an F or E will not appear in product searches or statistics, and we encourage you to work with the manufacturer declaration owner to address any issues causing the EPD to be flagged so that it can be corrected and made available on EC3. If you want to open any EPD, you can also click the Open button next to any listing to see the digital version of the EPD. From here, you're encouraged to check and see if your EPDs are in the correct material category. Here, this EPD is in the painting and coating material category. If for whatever reason your EPD is not in the correct category, you can always click on All Materials, where you can see the material tree for EC3, and then click the appropriate material category for the product. Once done, you can always click Next. Naturally, we also recommend checking the reported data in the digital EPD. If there's any incorrect information, you can manually correct the information and click Update to save the new information. Update is located here at the bottom of the EPD form. Whenever updates are made, there is a change log on the EC3 backend that records who and when an EPD update was made. Another important feature you may want to access is adding EPDs to EC3. Under the Add EPDs to EC3 section of the left-hand navigation, you can import EPDs directly into EC3. Click on the Upload EPDs button and select up to 25 EPDs from a local drive. Once they're uploaded, they'll appear under My Imports, where you can also see potential error warnings that occurred while they were digitally converted. When you're uploading EPDs, make sure to specify the product category for the specific products you're uploading, as well as the name of your EPD program operator. If the EPD already exists in EC3, you'll see an error message such as the following: EPD exists on EC3. That's to prevent duplicate EPD entries from being made. Once your EPDs are uploaded, they'll appear under My Imports, where you can also see any potential error warnings that occurred while your EPDs were digitally converted. Program operators can also create draft EPDs directly into EC3 by navigating to the Create Draft EPD subpage under the Add EPDs to EC3 heading of the left navigation pane. Once you select this menu option, the left navigation menu will disappear and the following product category tree will appear on the main screen. Navigate to and select the desired product category and click the Next button in the lower right-hand corner. Here we'll select Steel Rebar. After clicking Next, the EPD template for that product category will appear on the main screen with empty fields that you can populate. Once EPD information has been entered, click the Create green button in the top right-hand corner. After clicking Next, the EPD template for that product category will appear on the main screen with empty fields that you can populate. Once the EPD information has been entered, click the Create green button in the top right corner. You can create an incomplete EPD to be stored as a draft, non-published EPD that can be updated later. And remember, draft EPDs can be accessed by clicking on My EPDs under Manage Data and then selecting the Draft tab. Another thing that's of note for program operators is accessing the PCR records that exist under your program. To access PCRs, go to Manage Data, PCRs, where you can see all published PCRs in the EC3 tool. To see your PCRs, you can go to, here we'll search on UL PCRs, and you can see all the different records that exist for the digitized PCR listings. You can just click on any one of them to open up the digital record, and you can review the information of the metadata that's stored for that PCR. If anything is incorrect, you have the user privileges to update that record as necessary. As always, thanks for watching this tutorial, and make sure to check out the other resources at the Building Transparency website or at the links below this video.